Your ego can easily kill you, and Apturo Tapturo is clear example of exactly that. Apturo Tapturo, sorry for calling you like that. I don't wanna mock you. I don't wanna make fun of you. Respect for you for coming out on UFC White House event.
Shama.
And for fighting on every single fight card you fought on. Because if you didn't take any risk, you wouldn't make it that far, which you did. But Ilia Topuria lost, not because of skill gap, not because he wasn't as much ready as Justin Gaethje, but because his ego destroyed him. And I gonna show you exactly how. But before that, I just gotta mention something about him and about Ilia Topuria mindset. Once, on a Joe Rogan podcast, he said one quote that really hit me hard.
Yeah, I'm a God believer, and my mindset is like, of course I want to win. I prepare myself to win. But if he destroys my plans, it's because maybe my plans could destroy me.
Like, Ilia Topuria is cocky, is egoistic. But one thing that I gotta give him credit for is his faith, which builds his undestroyable mindset. And I have proof for that. I'm just gonna put his tweet here so you're gonna see that. After the fight, he literally said, Justin Gaethje, congratulations for perfect win. Congratulations. I'm not gonna make any excuse. You were better that night. You beat me fair and square. Great. Congratulations. You deserve the win. And I'm gonna come back stronger. Like, after Ilia got that brutal beating by fucking Justin Gaethje, like, who the fuck would expect that much one-sided match? Fucking unbelievable. But he did lose his aura. Maybe didn't lose his confidence that much, but he lost all his aura because of his ego. Now, right now, jump to the analysis why his ego and nothing else but his ego destroyed his performance, his aura, his face, his ribs, and everything he got before that fight. Let's jump. Okay, first things first. Ilia has that his wrestling advantage. Like we saw in a fight, first wrestling exchange they had, Ilia had clear control and advantage. Second one, it looks like the advantage was on Justin Gaethje's side. But that's the case only because Ilia had busted eyes, busted rib, and was already fucking beaten. So if Ilia was thinking logically, after the first round, he would start wrestling. Because Gaethje literally busted his eye, his right eye busted in first fucking round. If Ilia was like logical man, okay the fuck, I didn't succeed in knocking him out, not only in first round, but in first 2 minutes of first round, as I said, so I'm not gonna let my ego destroy myself and the rest of my performance. I'm gonna switch to my wrestling. Because he could do that, and it would make outcome a lot different. A lot. But that's only one of 3 deadly mistakes he made. And one I said right now is the second, not third, not first, but the second. The first mistake he made is literally in the first round where he got his eye busted. You see at the first of his round, he started pushing too fucking much. If you look at the fight with Volkanovski, with Holloway, like yeah, he was aggressive, he was pushy, but not as much in a Gaethje fight, which led to the outcome that he was just taking all the fucking jabs. When you walk forward and try to press, you cannot focus, not just mentally, but physically that much on evading the punches. Like when you see Ilia's fights, his signature move is literally just being in guard, being covered, and going left and right. Even when he's not evading punches, just making him be unpredictable. Like if he's moving, not when his opponent is hitting, but all the time moving, he's even harder to hit. But also, it's making himself less predictable. Like, if he is swinging, that can mean he's trying to be less hittable, but that also means I can go to the body. I can dip and do front body jab. And that's only 2 options, but it leaves him a bunch of options. He didn't do that. He changed his tactic and strategy because of ego, because he wanted to knock him out in first 2 rounds, and that destroyed him. His ego, his fucking ego. Egoistic son of a bitch. So that in first round made him drink a lot of punches. Bust his right eye, first mistake. Second mistake I already mentioned. Didn't use wrestling in second and third round. In fourth round it was already over, like it was just one-sided beating whole fucking round. And third, the final most deadly mistake he made is not adapting to the fight terms, fight situation. Like first 2 things we mentioned are strategy thing. Like when you go to fight, you have strategy and tactic. But that third one is his ability to adapt, which is his biggest mistake by far. Because that's the thing that actually had an influence on himself making that first 2 deadly mistakes I mentioned. He didn't adapt because of his ego. He thought to himself, I told I'm gonna knock him out in first 2 minutes. Okay, I didn't succeed. So I'm gonna knock out just engage the knocker out. In the rest of first round, okay, maybe not that. In the second, okay, maybe not that. In the third, okay, maybe not that. I can't even see anymore, but I'm still gonna stick up to the knocking him out strategy. And then he got fucking whooped. This fight wasn't the question about skill, because overall, Ilya has more skill than our dear fucking Justin Gaethje. But in this fight, Gaethje won because of 2 following reasons. First, Gaethje used 100% of his skills compared to Ilya, which used maybe 40%. Gaethje used low kicks, used high kicks, used clinch so fucking well, used of course his boxing, which made Ilya look that vulnerable and bloody and whooped. Used even his wrestling. Like, if you just think about that, Gaethje never went for a takedown. He has almost never used his wrestling skills. Like, he improved compared to Paddy Pimblett fight, unproportionally huge. He not just used his wrestling, but initiated wrestling exchanges himself. Whereas Ilya, maybe threw just 2 or 3 kicks for a whole fight, didn't initiate any wrestling exchange, maybe just a little bit like, yeah, you know. Didn't even use evading skills, which I mentioned at the start. Didn't use anything. Just pressed and tried to knock out Gaethje. That's the first thing. Second thing is closely correlated to the first one I mentioned, which is strategy. Ilya's strategy was, I'm gonna go in the first round, press Gaethje, knock him out, and that's it. Chill, gain even more aura, call out Islam Makhachev, and be the fucking man. Gaethje was in different vibe. He literally said, okay, my chances of winning this fight are so fucking low that I would have to change my style of fighting entirely. And he executed that perfectly. In the first round, he combined footwork with his jabs, with his wrestling initiation, which sometimes and few times became feints for uppercuts which landed on Ilia Topuria. Used high kicks, which he knocked out with Dustin Poirier, and he knew that Ilia Topuria were vulnerable to that because of Jay Herbert fight, and clinched wherever he could. He literally isolated Ilia Topuria's most dangerous weapons, whereas Ilia's strategy was non-existing, literally non-existing. Go in, knock him out, finish. Bad, fucking bad. I'm gonna recap all this with Islam Makhachev's comment on Ilya loss. It's one Bible quote. It's gonna pop up right here, where he says, "Those who excel themselves high will be humbled low." I guess I didn't say it correctly, but you still can look it right here. Islam Makhachev didn't troll Ilya, didn't mock him, didn't make fun of him. He just silently spitted some sauce of religion, knowledge, confidence, and fighting mentality on our social media. That's deeper, much deeper than it looks like at the first layer when we see it. So tell me in the comments what he actually meant by that. See you in the next video.